Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of Javier in the Air. This week I am bringing you the normal trash in the hood, a great Zen moment, a little bit about gardening, also our spirit times, and then wrapping it up with Riddle Me This. So I hope you enjoyed. It's going to be a good show. So let's start right off the bat by going to our normal, usual trash in the hood. Dark Frog Social Media presents Trash in the Hood, weeks 96 and 97. Hey everybody. So, week 96, day one led to some craziness. There was a lot of, there were some cigarette butts, but there was a lot of like food to go containers and beverage containers and a lot of plastic bottles, and then various different vape pens and a sock and a glove and another sock, completely different colored sock up in the circles above at the top left. And then there was some tar paper and some other kind of material and cardboard that is underneath everything. So it was must have been a wild weekend for some people out there on week 96. Day one is Monday. This was day 2, and as you see here, I missed part of it because of an issue I had with my phone. I have a new phone, and yes, I'm an old man. I forgot how to use it. But anyway, there was the normal cigarette butts and then a lot of plastic and beverage containers as well. This was a different route. A couple of Nerf darts, which I'm not sure where that's coming from, and beer cans and crushed beer cans and a couple of mini liquor bottles, and it was just the average stuff that you find on like Hatch and El Salito. Now this is day 6. This is from our Java walk that we have on Saturdays. You see dead center, maybe a little bit off center to the left, are 2 blue bottles of some sort of herbal supplement, but they're made of glass. And then about 30 cigarette butts, a T-shirt, a ball cap, another ball cap, some the normal regular stuff, the tiny square bottom right. I can't remember what that was, but it was another unique one. A bunch of vape boxes, along with a couple of different types of vape pens. So this is week 97, day 1. I didn't get out much because of the heat, but I did get out this day. And as you see, a bunch of stuff in there. So in the squares, you see a mini liquor bottle, a couple of vape pens, cigarette boxes, a feminine hygiene product, and enough about that. Enough said about that. Bunch of cigarette butts, to-go containers, an entire Wendy's food bag, including all the food that was still in it, which was disgusting, but I threw the food away in the trash and threw this in the recycle. Everything I touched here today was with gloves and with my picker, so I stayed safe. Forgot to take up the glasses on the last one, so you're going to get some of the light here that I have. Okay, so yeah, so that last one of trash is some of the I wouldn't say oddest, but some of the most unique trash bits that I've found. And yes, I was staying safe on those. A lot of people, I still get questions on whether I'm staying safe and as far as not getting any needles or getting any large pieces of glass or anything like that that could cut me or my friends when we go walking. And the answer is not a lot. We do use our grabbers, so mostly everything that goes into the bag, we have the grabbers for, so that there's no concern about glass getting cut. When I do sort, I do have another pair of gloves on that are very heavy duty, that are meant for grabbing stuff that may be sharp, but I haven't had any issues yet. I'm very careful, especially with pieces of glass. I have not found anything like needles or X-Acto knives or anything like that, or knives of any sort. So it's been safe. I just find a lot of junk that people throw out the window. So not a lot of people throw needles out the window. I mean, we do have some homeless around the area, but nothing that I've seen as far as using needles or anything like that. Not that I've been looking, but when I go out picking trash, there is that possibility. And I know other neighborhoods may not be as as clean as far as some of the junk goes that I pick up, but this is just junk. It's just trash that people throw out. They don't care about the neighborhood. Maybe they don't even live in the neighborhood. I have two streets that I live around that just are main thoroughfares from one large street to another large street. And so the streets are large enough that a lot of people go down them day in, day out, and they throw all their trash because they're useless POSs. But thanks for asking about that. No, nothing of that nature as far as needles and X-Acto knives and stuff like that goes. You'll be one of the first to know if I do, because I'll have it here on the show. I also post the Trash in the Hood on the nextdoor.com, which, by the way, I am not being sponsored by anyone in any way, shape, or form at this time. So this is a free show that I have to declare that a lot, because a lot of people sometimes try to block my shows thinking that they're sponsored by somebody, and they are not. So enough about Trash in the Hood. Let's go ahead and move on to our Zen moment. On days like this, when it's really hot, I think about the cold. The ice up north, gathering and causing layer upon layer of frozen memories that tell us more about ourselves than it does of the world around us. Though those memories do cloak us in other memories and ideas and emotions, and we picture ourselves going through this cold on summer days. The cold brings forth beauty and unusual thoughts. And if one can think about these on hot summer days, then they are further ahead than they think. One must have heat to have cold, just as there must be frozenness to have warmth. Think about this as you go through your day. Okay, so there was your Zen moment. So I forgot to mention that right after the beginning opening credits, there was a couple of shots of my what's going on in my sunflower project in the front yard. So a couple of months back, I planted various types of seeds. Well, actually, let me go even further back than that. I have a ring in my front yard that is mulch, and in the middle, I've been trying to grow something. Now that's something being fruit related, berry related actually, so that I was thinking that maybe if it grew enough, I could harvest said fruit, said berry, and then if there was any leftover, I could have anybody in the neighborhood, anybody that wanted to could come, and as long as they gently pick the berries and don't try to take anything else, or don't ruin anything else. Not try, but just not try to ruin anything else by stepping on anything else I have. So what I wanted to put around the ring were various types of roses, so that it was an actual ring in the ring, and you had to walk into the back, from the back, in order to get to the blueberry bush. Well, fast forward, and after many attempts of trying to grow blueberries and cherries, and then blueberry again, and then blueberry again, I think I have the blueberry kind of going now, a new bush trying to grow now, and I think it's holding on, so wish me luck and see. But what I've been putting around the ring is, because I couldn't get any of the roses to grow, I've been growing sunflowers. So if you look at in the front of the right after the opening credits, there's pictures of me with one of my large sunflowers. Now, because it was me, I decided not to go with your standard yellow sunflower. What I found online, and that's supposed to grow well in this region, are two different types. So one of them is a chocolate cherry, which you saw was an actual individual picture that I have in the beginning of the show, and the other one is supposed to be or are supposed to be Arctic blue. So I have three of the chocolate cherry sunflowers growing. Only one of them has budded so far, and that's the one that you see in both pictures. Now it's crazy. I didn't believe that they grew this fast, but it's doing very well, and it's currently over 6 foot. The sunflower itself is only about that big, so not super crazy big like I was expecting it to. But again, it's still putting forth its sap to grow. So maybe once it stops growing height wise, it'll start growing some of the buds. And there's about 10 or 12 buds on there. So I know you're not supposed to keep that many, but I don't know how many are going to survive. So I'm waiting maybe another couple of days and see if I need to pick some so that the flowers that are there will become larger. So I'm hoping that it lasts. It doesn't get destroyed by the birds or picked up by all the birds, which I'm hoping they leave me something. I'd love to try to harvest the seeds off of these and toast them and see what we think. Have some people over to have it. The Arctic blue, I don't seem to be. They're struggling height-wise or growth-wise, I should say. They're growing, but they're taking a long time to grow. So it's it's at a very careful state right now, so we'll see what happens. Now, what I also did in the front yard was I also transplanted from a pot, a cherry tree, Arceola, also known as Barbados cherry, which are supposed to be a tartar cherry, but they grow very well here in this part of the world. And I have two of them, and I transplanted one of them. Another one today, I'm going to try to dig a hole somewhere else in the front. I dug a hole for this one, put it in the front, but far away enough from the curb that I can get the mower on that side, but not too far away from, and just epicenter from the ring as well, so that I have room on both sides, and then it has room to grow. I hit clay very quickly, but I was able to dig through it, put down some soil underneath, transplanted out of the pot, and then planted the cherry tree, the bulb that was there. So the other cherry tree is actually grown more and is more massive, and so I'm happy with that, but I'm also a little leery about what's going to happen when I transplant it. But I'm going to dig a hole, probably start today if I can figure out where I need to put it in the front, or I might decide to try to put it in the back, because that would be neat too, to have one in front and one in the back. I'm not sure where I would put this one though, so it'd be interesting where I would put it. But I'll keep you posted on it, and I'll keep you posted as to the health of everything else. So that's the gardening section of the show. If you are doing any gardening yourself this summer, or this season, I should say, send me a picture and I'll get it on the show, especially if you have anything unusual. So I'm still trying to grow my grapevine in the back, but it got somewhat destroyed by the wind, so I had to sink some posts around it. Just laid the concrete out last night, so that it can withstand all the wind that's been going through there lately because of all the rainstorms at night. So there you have it. I'll keep y'all apprised, and like I said, if you're growing anything unusual, please let me know. I'm growing some more unusual stuff in the back, but nothing's come out yet, and so nothing I can show you. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our spirit times. Dark Frog Social Media presents Spirit Time. This week, Black Phillip Hard Cider. Hey everybody, welcome to Spirit Time. So I kept my peepers on. Yes, I'm an old man. I kept my peepers on because I need to be able to read what I have here. There's a lot going on here with this one. So this submission, I should say, even though this is a free show, let me reiterate that again for the people who keep trying to block me on sites where they think I'm being sponsored. This is a free show. No one is sponsoring me, unfortunately. However, if I do get sponsors, which I'm really hoping for, then I wouldn't be on your site anymore. So, blah. So anyway, this is a hard cider. This is Blake's Hard Cider Company out of Where are they out of? I can't see where it says where they're from, so I'll have to look it up and give it to you on the next part at the end here. Nope, doesn't say. Okay, so this is their Black Phillip um, blood orange and cranberry hard cider. So one of the reasons why I got this, and let me wipe this off so you can see this better, is that right there. Very cool. I love getting these unusually artist illustrated cans when I can, and I show you guys all the time. So this right here on the back, while I still have my peepers on, says the curse of the goat has returned to Blake's. One from our cellar archives, we've resurrected the taste of blood orange and cranberry that dance together like witches round a fire. Witches round a fire. So let's open this puppy up. All right, so I got my trusty Adelberts. This is just a great glass for drinking anything out of. If you have glasses like this, even your whiskeys and stuff like that, this is a great glass to have. So let's open it up and see what we get. All right, so here we go. Oh, there's a reddish tinge to it. Almost like if you were having a light blood wine, or you were having a rosé, or maybe even a sangria, but really light sangria. So here you go. I know it looks kind of peachish on my camera, but trust me, it's more red than peach. I don't see a lot of carbonation to it, but it is a cider. Definitely you get that bite of the cranberry on there. And you can definitely taste the blood orange. Now, for those of you who may not know, blood orange is just orange that happens to have really dark red flesh on the inside, and so they call it a blood orange. It does seem to have a little bit of more of a leaning more towards sweet than tart when it comes to as far as the oranges go, but still has some sweetness to it. It's definitely not as tart as cranberry, which is why this is a really good combinations. If you've never had a blood orange, you should try it. I lived in Florida for about 10 years, and I lived close to a blood orange orchard, and so was able to get some blood oranges from time to time. Very good. And so you may get some in the store, but depending on how far they travel, they may not be as juicy as they normally are. But this is really good cider from Blake's. Nothing over the top. You do get that bite of tartness from the from the cranberry. It's definitely good. It is. See if I can read this without my peepers. Where is the ABV? Nope, I'm gonna have to put them on. So, actually, it doesn't even. I thought it did say. Let me go around the can again. There it is. 6.5 ABV. So not as high as I normally like, but really good. A really good combination. I'd see drinking this early morning on a Saturday or on a Sunday if you're out back of your house or your apartment and you're sitting out on the patio or the porch or wherever you're at enjoying maybe a nice summer breeze comes through there. Also would be really good for light light food, maybe a nice charcuterie. I'm saying light as in not the heavy proteins like beef or pork or even chicken. So if you go something like a charcuterie, that does have some of that, but in a very light way. I would go more with fruit on this, and but nothing like a dessert. So you don't want that heavy sweetness, but you want a little bit of this that's going to go well with a little bit of the savory. So There you have it. Really good one. And again, I'll show you the can again because I just love this can. This is obviously Black Phillip here. So the Curse of the Goat. This is from Blake's um, Hard Cider Company, which I'll find out where they're from. Actually, let me see if I can find out right now. So one of the things that hard ciders do is they've gained popularity over the past 5 or yeah, I'd say even 7 to 10 years. Whereas before, cider was kind of looked at as a I'll drink it if I have to, but it's not really cool. And so they rebranded themselves, just cider in general, not even Blake's, just cider in general, rebranded themselves and started really pushing their hard ciders. They probably were, maybe, I don't know about Blake's, but I know a lot of other companies were just cider companies, and then they decided, hey, hard cider is a business, and we can get into that. Um, I'm writing it up here. So, you see a ton of cider and hard ciders and whatever they want to call it. It's all alcoholic for the most part these days in the supermarket, in breweries, even in cideries now, their own cidery. I know there's a couple out here in the Cedar Park, Austin area that have that. And so, let me see if I can. They're out of New York, so that's where they are. So there you go. So there you have it, people. Blake's Hard Cider. I'm gonna give this one. Actually, I love the taste of blood orange, and blood orange and cranberry goes very well together. I'm gonna give it 8 thumbs up. That's right, 8 thumbs up. Blake, if you have a dissenting opinion and you think it should be a little bit higher on my show, I'd love to have you on the show. We can do a Zoom, or if you're in the Cedar Park, Austin area, I'd love to have you on, and we can discuss why you think it's higher and if you'd like to bring some of your others as well. All right, so there you have it. Black Phillip from Blake's Hard Cider, or from Blake's Cider Company. Oh, hey, how you doing? Forgot I still got another part to go. Can't get enough of that good cider. All right, so that was our spirit times, and now we're at the part of the show where we're going to do Riddle Me This. So here is our Riddle Me This, and then I'll come back and wrap up the show. Dark Frog Social Media presents Riddle Me This. Hey everybody, here's week 10. This is the cutout. So I got a couple of very close answers to this. It's not quite stained glass, and it's not a window, but they're barking up the right tree, because here it is. This is a multicolored, somewhat stained glass vase that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. Really cool item here. So if you were close, good on you, but unfortunately that was it. So let's look and see what's next. And now here's Riddle Me This 11. What is this thing? Unusual. Happened to snap some good photos a couple weeks back, but now tell me what it is. And that is it, everyone. That's the show for this week, or for these 2 weeks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions or concerns or thoughts or suggestions, please drop me a line. You can do that here on my show, Javier In The Air. That's Javier In The Air, not on the air. Also, you can reach out to me by my YouTube handle, hashtag Javier In The Air 01, all one word. If you happen to know me on Facebook or Instagram, or anything else like that, no Twitter, then you can certainly reach out to me there as well. If you have a small business, regardless of where it is in the country or the world, and you'd like to be on my show, just reach out and give me a buzz. If you are in the Cedar Park, Austin area and you'd like to be on my show, please let me know. I'd love to have interviews again, like I was having years ago. Just haven't gotten anybody as of late. So if you'd like to be on the show, please let me know. And that's it. So I will see y'all again in 2 weeks. I'll keep you up to date on what's going on with the gardening. Hopefully everyone will stay cool. The heat has not broken yet for this area, and it's been atrocious and just been brutal. So stay cool if you can. If you're in an area that's cool, then stay cooler. So there you go. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll see you again in 2 weeks. Thanks a lot.